Today, we regularly see women directing boardrooms, leading nations, and driving scientific discovery. It is an expectation of modern life. But 2,000 years ago, the legal and cultural reality looked different. In the first century Mediterranean world, a woman was socially categorized as a second-class citizen, and in many contexts, legally treated as property. Look at this diagram of first-century social classes. At the rigid peak, you have men and religious leaders holding absolute authority. Below them sits a marginalized tier reserved for women and outcasts, effectively rendering them shadow characters, excluded from public dialogue and religious scholarship. Curious, leaning in, this raises a difficult question. How do you dismantle a social hierarchy this deeply entrenched when you have no political office, no wealth, and no military force? The answer lies in the actions of Jesus of Nazareth. He did not lobby for new legislation. Instead, he engaged in a series of interpersonal interactions that systematically flipped the social order of the ancient world. The first shift was social. Consider the historical account of Jesus asking a Samaritan woman for a drink of water at a well. In that era, a Jewish rabbi speaking publicly to a Samaritan, let alone a woman, violated established ethnic and gender taboos. Rather than lecturing her on theology or judging her social standing, he offered her living water. He engaged her in high-level discourse, prioritizing her inherent worth over the strict cultural divisions of the day. From social inclusion, he moved to physical protection. In another documented event, a mob surrounded an accused adulteress, weaponizing the legal code to justify executing her on the spot. It was a literal life or death scenario. Jesus intervened with a specific legal countermaneuver. He told the crowd, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." That sentence verbally disarmed the mob. It forced the crowd to look inward, shifting the legal focus away from her alleged crime and directly onto the systemic hypocrisy of her accusers. These interactions broke down ethnic boundaries and bypassed corrupt justice systems, establishing a new standard of physical and social safety for the marginalized. Next, he addressed intellectual agency. In antiquity, the societal expectation for women was entirely domestic. We see this cultural standard play out in the story of Martha, who was heavily occupied with managing the household labor. Her sister, Mary, took a different approach. She sat and listened to his teachings, adopting the posture of a formal theological student. When criticized, Jesus defended Mary, stating she had chosen the good part. This choice effectively transferred educational and spiritual rights to a woman in a world where such roles were traditionally reserved for men. This shift reaches its peak in the realm of ultimate trust. Under first-century Roman and Jewish law, the testimony of a woman was generally considered invalid in a court of law. Yet the historical accounts report that the empty tomb was revealed first to women, not to kings, and not to his male disciples. By entrusting the pivot point of his narrative to the exact demographic the state deemed legally unreliable, Jesus engineered a complete reversal of societal worth. This chart illustrates the progression, from validating a social outcast to protecting the accused, elevating a student, and trusting a witness. This historical progression established the logic of universal human worth, providing a framework for dignity relevant long after the first century. The modern pillars of respect, the right to education, to legal standing, and social agency, find a historical precedent in these disruptions. The standards we hold today for how a woman should be treated reflect the value he first assigned to them. This history invites us to look at our own daily lives. We have the opportunity to actively protect and elevate the dignity of those around us, following the same pattern of respect. True equality is built upon the foundational pillars of love and respect.